Excuses guys make not to date you in 2025.
I just got out of a relationship like 3 years ago and I'm still healing, and I wouldn't want to put that on you, you know?
I'm just so busy, like during the day I just don't have time for a girlfriend, but if you ever want to meet up past 11 p.m., I'm down.
My mom's getting older, she's like 55, like I want to enjoy this time that I have with her while she's still here. But maybe another time.
I mean, financially, I can't be dating anyone. Like, I have a new Xbox to buy. It's bulking season soon. Gonna be buying some extra protein shakes.
If it was like 3 years from now, when I had my life together and everything, then I would want to date you.
You're everything I should want. I just don't want to hold you back.
We're just so young, and there's so many beautiful, angelic fish in the sea. I feel like I'm a blobfish, and you're like a beautiful Dory from Finding Nemo, you know?
The timing's just off. Fantasy football season's coming up. I gotta invest. I gotta be with the boys.
I know I already treat you like you're my girlfriend, like you met my whole family. They love you so much. I get you flowers every day. I take you on dates. But I still am not ready to date. Like, that's too much.
I just know I would mess it up.
It's smarter to keep your guard up than to deal with unnecessary chaos. Interpret that however you want, but guys have checked out. And at this point, they don't even feel the need to justify it.
Look at this article I found today. The dangerous rise of men who won't date woke women. Pathetic. I know you probably can't tell, but I'm quite woke and very alert to social injustice. Woke discrimination in dating should not be tolerated. Also, who wouldn't want this? I mean, look at these bangs. They're perfect. Come to think of it, I've been single for the past 10 years, ever since I started free bleeding in women's marches. But what kind of man doesn't love that level of confidence? I don't even have that many dating requirements. I mean, he has to be a vegan, obviously, and he must have his pronouns in his bio. He must provide proof of vaccination and all his boosters, and he must wear an N95 mask or equivalent during sex, but forget about condoms because that's what abortion healthcare is for. He needs to be okay with the fact that I don't shave any body hair, but he has to be perfectly manscaped with the body of Chris Hemsworth. He also must be okay with the fact that I wear natural deodorant. It doesn't really work, but at least I don't have aluminum seeping into my skin. And last but not least, he must not like video games or sports. So I don't really know what the problem is. I'm a total catch. Did you ever think that maybe it's your attitude? Or maybe it's your irrational list of standards? What do you mean attitude? Also, I don't have to lower my standards for any man or anyone.
Man, this captures it perfectly. And honestly, you can see people like this coming from a mile away.
Alright, listen, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. You won, ladies. I'm done dating. I can't do it. The dating world's so bad. I can't. Do I got food pantry stamped on my forehead? Somebody answer me that question, because the amount of food and mouths I fed going out on dates, that's how I feel. I can give hams to the homeless this year for Christmas with the amount of mouths that I fed going on first. I could be driving a Ferrari. I could be driving a Ferrari right now with the amount of money I spent on first dates. I can't take it anymore. And listen, I get it.
This is exactly why a lot of men are just done with dating. They're frustrated because they're doing what they think they're supposed to be doing. They are putting a lot of time and effort and money into the first date. But when ladies don't appreciate that and they go into those first dates with very low energy and very little reciprocation, the date is not going to go well. And that just leads to a lot of these failed first dates. But for women, they will just keep going on these first dates because they're not really putting anything into it. It's different for men, which is why men are becoming more and more careful about who they're asking out on that first date and what that first date looks like. He might rather suggest a coffee date or a long walk. And I think that those are good solutions for men. But the problem is that a lot of women still have not adjusted to it. They think that if a man doesn't spend a ton of money on her on the first date, that he either doesn't have it or doesn't like her very much. Not true, ladies. He's probably just a good man that's tired of feeling used.
Guys, if she's too good for a simple coffee meetup, go ahead and end that call.
All women are 304s. Nope. There is no such thing as traditional women anymore. Wrong. Women simply aren't worth it. What does that even mean? I am so tired of all of this negativity. Are you going to insist that masculinity is about growth, suffering, and overcoming difficult things, and then just not date because it's hard? Are some of you really so pessimistic and self-hating that you will just resign yourself to never feeling love and affection? Are you really going to sit here and insist that you have all of the answers to dating, and then just refuse to pass those answers on to a woman who is ready and willing to please you? Tell me, what battle are you even fighting? You insist there's a problem, but you aren't trying to actually solve it? What is the point of all of this other than to just kick and scream? There are a lot of great women out there looking for men with your values. Go meet them, be strong in your convictions, and enjoy the life that you can create with them. Because the negativity has got to stop.
Come on, man. We're not sitting through speeches like this anymore. We're finished. Keep that talk for the ladies.
There was a study done in the 90s, and what they found out, I think, still holds true today. So what they did is they took a group of men and they took a group of women and they categorized these men. So it was like high status, t-shirt, McDonald's. Same thing with the women. High status, t-shirt, McDonald's. And then they asked, the men, okay, would you go to coffee with this person, go on a date, marry? And in all three categories, the guy didn't care. He's like, yes, sure, whatever. With women, it was a whole different story. Women went to the high status man for the majority of them. So that was for coffee, date, marriage. My takeaway on this is just goes along with the trends I've been seeing. So we are in this Kardashian culture and have been for, 10 years. I don't know how long they've been on. But this idea of perfection has just been kind of unseen before. I mean, before we had magazines, we knew they were kind of airbrushed, but what we see now, women are doing eyebrows, microblading, dermaplaning, eyelash extensions, hair extensions, lip fillers, cheek fillers, breast implants, butt implants, fat transfer, taking ribs out. I mean, literally women are taking their ribs out. So I think just the pressure and the unattainable beauty that they put on themselves, they're also putting that sort of unattainable image and desire on a guy as well. And that's why these guys are backing out, because guys know, that's crazy. We can't do all that. Some can. I mean, it's the small minority can do that. But for the majority of men, they're not going to be able to get to your high standards that you not only put on yourself, but you're putting on these men too. And I don't even know if women are aware that they're doing that. And if you think about it, it's really a beautiful thing that men will just kind of take you as you are. They don't need you to be high status, or they don't care where you work. If you work at McDonald's or you're making six figures and some executive of a company. But look at what we're doing to men. We want them to just be everything. It's unattainable. They're getting out of the market, and rightfully so. So I even asked my brother about this. I said, hey, is this true? Men don't care? He's like, 1,000%. Men could give two shits. And I was like, that's going to be a topic then.
Women have created standards so unrealistic that even they can't keep up. Cosmetic tweaks, fillers, flawless everything. And then they expect men to match that fantasy. Meanwhile, most men aren't chasing status or perfection. They're just looking for someone genuine. This whole Kardashian-style illusion is collapsing on itself. Men are tapping out, and women are left confused and alone. It's time to face the truth. The reality isn't pretty, and honestly, the window to fix it might already be closing.
When men say they're done with dating, that doesn't mean they're done with relationships. It doesn't mean they're giving up on starting families. It doesn't mean anything like that. It just means they're done with dating. Okay, and I think a lot of them have a hard time verbalizing this, so that's what I'm going to try to do in this video. Now, there's a little bit of an unwritten rule that men are starting to understand about dating, and you've probably heard people say this in the past. If not, you're going to hear it now, but the only winning move is to not play. In regards to dating, the only winning move is to not play. That's what men are starting to realize. Again, like I said, relationships are fine. Families, fine. Dating, not good. Let me explain why. And this is the part that a lot of people have a hard time verbalizing. This is the dating experience for a man who's actually dating. It could be with your wife, it could be with your girlfriend, it could be a woman that you just met, somebody on Tinder that you're taking out on a first date, whatever. Typically, You have to find a nice little venue to go to. You know, you might just go to dinner, but typically you want to go out and have a good time. So you find a nice venue with good music that you like. You pick her up, you drive to the venue, you park, you pay her $10 to park or whatever. And then you walk to the front door and you wait in line. It's not the greatest experience, but you do what you have to do. Then finally you get to the door. And when you get to the door, there's some 7-foot monster roided up standing there. And he looks at your girl and he says, "You're good." And he throws her a compliment, compliments her looks a little bit. "You're good, looking good tonight. You can go in." And then he looks at you, the man, and he says, "That'll be $20 for you, dirtbag." Maybe it's not that harsh. Sometimes it's not that harsh. Sometimes it's even more harsh than that. But I'm not talking about the words here. It's the action. And the action is she gets in free and the man has to pay $20 to get in, $25, sometimes higher, to get in. Now, everybody knows this is true. They have ladies' night and, things like this happen. And we've just grown to expect it. This is the norm. But every man knows when he's at the front door and his girl can go in for free and he just has this cuckoning moment, this humiliating moment where it's like, she can go in, but I'm so unwanted here that I have to pay. And that's the way the system is set up. That's the way the dating market is set up. Men are not wanted there. Okay, just like this venue. Why do they have this set up? Because women are wanted there. Men are not wanted there. So they put a paywall there to prevent at least broke men from coming in. And by the way, they don't want alphas in there. They don't want charismatic chads in there. They don't want pickup artists in there. No, they want guys in there that will spend their money, guys that will fork out their cash. So they want a bunch of women. They'll fill the place to maximum capacity with women, and they'll let a few guys in, a few suckers in to come in and blow all their money. And men finally started to wake up. They finally started to understand that they go out there and they're not wanted. It has literally nothing to do with women. Okay, it's not all these people that are trying to make it a man versus woman thing. That's stupid.
Men are tired of being clowns in the dating circus, paying, jumping through hoops, and doing everything right for women who get attention without lifting a finger, while men are treated like disposable ATMs. It's degrading, draining, and honestly, a complete waste of effort. So of course guys are stepping away from the whole dating scene. Stop pointing fingers at men. The entire setup props women up and knocks men down. And fellas have finally decided they're done participating in a game that's been stacked against them from the start.
A third of men, 33%, a little over a third, of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. So I've got a question for the men. So my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking, we like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done.
At this point, dating, relationships, even marriage just don't offer men any real upside. Too many women are coming in with inflated egos and long pasts, expecting everything while giving nothing back. Men are looking for peace, loyalty, respect, and genuine love. But in today's landscape, those qualities are almost impossible to find.
Women need to start making the first move. If anyone wants to be in a relationship, that's absolutely what has to happen. It just has to happen. Guys, in the comments, back me up on this. We have told men for years that their masculinity is toxic. Some men, as they got interested in dating, that's literally all they know, is to stay away from women, is to not bother them, and definitely don't approach them. So there is nothing wrong with a woman approaching a man. That shows confidence. And you know what? I don't even know if this stat is true. I didn't do much research into this, but I did see that 86% of women who make the first move end up married. So, I mean, come on, that's pretty good. I mean, I don't even care if that's not even a true statistic. Hell, let's run with that. But guys, back me up in the comments. Say, yeah, you would love that. Or women say, yeah, I made the first move and I'm now engaged, married, whatever. I'm telling you, that's just the way it's got to be. You don't have to like it. I mean, I'm sure guys didn't like when they were being called, when their masculinity, when their whole being was called toxic. They didn't like that. So start making the first move. And again, you don't have to like it. You don't have to like having to make the first move. You could still have a traditional relationship after that. This is just getting you in a damn relationship. And as far as, not liking things, I do things every day that I don't like to do, but it makes me a better person, gets me to my goals. So these are just facts, okay? Women, make the first move.
Women shooting their shot isn't some progressive win. It's just a temporary fix for the mess modern feminism created. Men are tired of being blamed, shamed, and labeled toxic, so most guys have simply stopped approaching altogether. If women don't start taking initiative, they're going to stay single, period. So forget the excuses about tradition or what men are supposed to do. Step up. Make the first move. Because at this rate, taking action might be the only chance you have to lock down a relationship before time runs out.
Why men are tired of dating in America? Because every date feels like a job interview. They have to prove themselves, pay for everything, and act like their therapist just to maybe get a second date. Meanwhile, she comes to the date late, she's constantly on her phone, and she tells you that she's still healing. And this doesn't feel like dating for men. It feels like emotional labor.
A symbolic scene of a woman hesitating at a cafe doorway, looking at an empty chair across from her, representing the missed opportunity as men have stepped back. Soft, natural sunlight, shallow depth of field, realistic, cinematic style emphasizing tension and urgency in taking initiative.
I don't want to date American women anymore. A little disclaimer, I do live in the US for the past 7 years. 1. Some American men feel that American women are very entitled. They feel that many American women expect a partner who fit a specific ideal. He has to be smart, attractive, successful, fit. They believe that many American women have unrealistic expectations. They expect their partners to do everything, and they expect their partners to put their needs above their own. 2, because of the rise of radical feminism, there is a loss of femininity among American women, and they even started to adopt some masculine traits. 3, opportunistic behavior. A big percentage of divorces are initiated by women, and usually it's because they prioritize their career and personal growth over their family life. And a lot of men also express some frustration because they feel that there is a lack of commitment and loyalty among American women. And that is why a lot of American men are now dating non-American women, because they believe that non-American women tend to prioritize mutual respect, shared values, and
some of us keep giving it another shot, convincing ourselves she's different, hoping she'll finally change. But while you're trying your best, she's messaging other guys or out partying with her friends. What she never understands is that the man who truly cared was right there the whole time. And later on, you'll see her expecting a child with someone else entirely.
The truth is that the good guys are done with dating.
I think she's pandering a little, but there is a lot of this going on right now. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a good guy. I'm not saying that all good guys are single or that all single guys are good. I'm just saying that a lot of us are kind of here right now. When I was a teenager, I thought dating worked like this. I did not know that this step was going to be here. I guess we could call this a negotiation ship. It's when someone is not willing to give 100%. And it always happens when somebody drops the ball. For me, I've experienced a lot of ghosting, a lot of trading up, and it doesn't matter which guy I am. Even if I'm this guy, how do I know you're not gonna just do this? Couple women showed up wearing wedding rings. That does not inspire confidence. The most common thing for me is that we get to this stage and she says she wants to be polyamorous, which means she already is. I even had a crush on someone in 5th grade, and she didn't like me until after college, and we hung out for a month before she told me that she had a boyfriend. I've had some people tell me that I might just be attracting this kind of woman, and maybe that's true, or maybe they just shouldn't be doing these things, but for now, I'm just kind of out of ideas.
Asterisk asterisk, this really sums up why men are stepping away from dating. Good guys get ghosted, swapped out for someone better, or dragged into messy polyamorous situations while women keep juggling multiple options. Men give everything, yet these games leave them worn out, skeptical, and ready to check out for good. Thanks for tuning in to Manhood. If you want behind-the-scenes access and exclusive episodes, hit that join button and become a member. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if it resonated with you. Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments. We read every single one. Catch you tomorrow. ***.